Hey everyone, Vigilante Reviews here, and this is Superman Special number one. This was a lot better than the Action Comics special that I reviewed, I think, like a couple days ago, last week sometime. Um, this was actually interesting and just was a uh, lot better writing. I don't really know what Dan Jurgens, what, what he was thinking with Action Comics number one. I mean, like, okay, I liked it. It was okay. Um, the Lex Luthor thing was kind of interesting. It was like even at the end of Lex Luthor's life, he's still chasing after Superman. But it was just like kind of boring. It's like get on with it. I don't I don't really care. Sorry, Dan Jurgens. I'm a huge fan of your writing and your most recent run on Action Comics. Um, Definitely one of the best ever. But Action Comics number one just didn't hit the mark with me. However, this, written by Peter J. Tomasi, was excellent. Awesome. um, yeah, so as you can see from the cover, we're going to be having an adventure on Dinosaur Island. And it starts off with John Kent not being able to sleep because um, way back in Superman issue 8 through 9, they made a promise to a guy named Captain Storm, who's the last surviving member of a World War II elite group of World War II soldiers called the Losers. So the promise they made was that they would come back and they would bring him back home to this Earth because Dinosaur Island is like uh, in a different dimension. It's stuck in time. Um, so anyway, Superman gets home from a night of crime fighting, and John's like, "Yeah, well, I think we need to fulfill our promise. We've got a promise to keep." And Superman's like, "You know what? You're right. We need to keep it. About time we kept it." Uh, so yeah, he leaves a little note for Lois so she doesn't worry, which I just thought was nice. It's kind of refreshing to excuse me, ugh, still got a cold. You see, kind of this. Yes, the woman worries, so the guy should leave a note for his wife so she knows where he went. It's kind of like an old-fashioned thing to do, and it's just nice to see it and not see them trying to make Lois all like, "Oh, well, she never worries," and even though she really doesn't, Superman still feels the need to leave a note for her, and I just thought that was a really nice little piece. Um, Another, example of why people love Peter J. Tomasi and his run on Superman and Super Sons, which the last issue of that actually just came out today. I didn't get to the comic shop today. I probably will be going there tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, I'll be seeing Solo, a Star Wars story, and I know there's excuse me, Ethan Van Sciver is prompting people to boycott the movie because it's supposed to be really SJW, and he's calling it Soilo and everything, which I think is hilarious. But we got like these uh, tickets in advance because there was a deal where like we got dinner and the movie for $10 for both, which is a pretty good deal. Dinner from Chick-fil-A and um, a movie all for $10 is pretty good deal these days. So we we got the tickets before I even realized, you know, before Ethan really started doing his Soilo boycott videos. So sorry about that, Ethan. If it's terrible, I will definitely boycott the next solo solo movie because apparently uh, there's supposed to be two more after this, which I think is kind of dumb. Star Wars, I think the whole Star Wars story things just should kind of be their own thing. I don't think there should be like Solo 1, Solo 2, Solo 3. That's dumb. Either call the next one, like even if it's based around Solo, don't call it Solo 2. Call it something else, like something to do with the story or something like that. I don't know. And also that we got the tickets before the whole Lando Calrissian pansexual bullcrap that's been going around. Excuse me, this cold is really messing with me. But anyway, yeah, so I will be seeing that tomorrow, and I will be doing a review on it. Again, sorry I don't have any newer comics than this, but hopefully will by tomorrow. So anyway, getting back into this story. They go to the Fortress of Solitude and activate the machine, and we get to Dinosaur Island. This is Patrick Gleason, I think. Is he? Yeah, he's the artist on this. That's just a really cool scene, with Captain Storm fighting off a T-Rex. That is just real deal, cold to the bone action hero, true blue action hero. So yeah, he's trying to run from these dinosaurs, velociraptors, T-Rex, and he gets cornered, and then out of nowhere, Superman and John teleport right through the T-Rex. Yeah, so they come, they are like, yeah, we're here to rescue you, Captain. And he's like, you know what? I'll take you up on your offer. Let's get out of here. But first, I need to get something from the cave that he's been staying in. So yeah, they're gonna try to fly him out of here. I just wanted to talk about this real quick. Hawkman is getting a new series. #1 is coming out in June. And I don't know. Fight the past, save the future. Learn from the past, save the future. That's what it should say. But I don't know if I'll get this or not. Like, Hawkman's cool and all, but I've never been a huge fan or anything. I just, of course, he's from the Super Friends 70s show that I actually used to watch as a kid. And he was kind of in the Justice League movie, or I'm sorry, animated show. He wasn't like actually Hawkman though. Oh yeah, the terrible Legends of Tomorrow version. Hawkman and Hawkgirl in that series sucked. Okay, so moving on. Yeah, they're trying to fight off all these monsters and everything. Get Captain Storm to the cave so he can get his stuff. Why is this? Yeah, so they fly down to the cave. This is cool right here. I think I've pointed this out before. And I'll actually show this a little after I get done reviewing this, but they actually sent these out to comic shops, so the only difference is that it has a W and this has DC on it. But, oh no, there it is. Would you look at that? Same exact thing. Isn't that cool? DC is a cool company. They just are. Okay, so, like I said, I'll get to that in a little bit. But, yeah. So, Captain Storm, he gets what he needs. Okay, I'm going to call shenanigans on this real quick. Superman is like, yeah, we need to hurry up because these weird monsters, I guess, like, they are half dead soldier or undead soldier, half creature, animal, dinosaur, whatever. They're, gonna come busting through any minute. You can see how many there are out here. The only thing I'm calling shenanigans on is that, Superman, and especially with Superboy, could easily take on all of these without, having to rush Captain Storm at all. Come on, he's Superman. He just would, use her super breath and just, blow them all away. But, whatever. I guess this is Superman the animated series Superman, and not not the all powerful Silver Age Superman, which I'm okay with. So anyway, yeah, they get back home, and Cyborg's dad comes in and fixes up his leg. I guess gives him a robotic leg, which is cool. So yeah, that's kind of the end of uh, the adventure, and then we get into some really good like character stuff. Yeah, they're in New York, walking along the Brooklyn Bridge, and of course, this guy has been trapped on the island since World War II, and I don't know, it just seems it's cool. I don't know the history of Captain Storm at all. Um, at first I thought he was part of the Blackhawks, but he's not. Um, which, by the way, I'm so excited for the movie that's going to be coming out. Really looking forward to that. I don't know when it hasn't even started production, I don't think, or at least like they're still writing the script, but at least it is like official. They're coming out with the Blackhawks movie. But like I said, I don't really know much about Captain Storm, but apparently, he's been on this island since World War II, and I would assume, this character, first made his appearance in World War II, like during World War II in the 1940s. And if that's the case, it's kind of cool that to be reading the issue where he actually comes back from that. There might be issues where he does that previous to this, but I don't know. It's just cool. It's like reading the issue where Captain America first comes back. It's like reading it, you actually feel like it's happening right now. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. So anyway, yeah, he's talking about, of course, he's trying to get reacclimated to the world he left behind almost 80 years ago. So much has changed. Boy, that's right. And he's like, and thankfully some things haven't, like the architecture and everything. And of course, Clark, told him his secret identity and everything. And then he's like, yep, I'm just going to, before I do anything else, before I go on more adventures, I need to deliver these dog tags. Gunners, Sarges, and Johnny Clouds. And, John's like, oh, that's why you went back to the cave. It's like, yep. So that, is cool, and especially I know for military guys, this would strike an emotional chord, because, yeah, he's got, even though, probably their immediate families are probably all dead or close to being dead, he's still like, I want to get it back to their family, and deliver it to them so they can put their boys finally at rest. It's just a really cool thing for Captain Storm to do. So yeah, he goes, does that, and just awesome writing. They're talking about Captain Storm getting a truck because he got some money from a lot of money from the VA, which is cool. But Clark is like, yeah, wait till you see the truck. Or no, sorry, that's Captain Storm. Wait till you see the truck I bought for the trip. And Superman is like, well, yeah, the new ones are monsters. And Captain Storm's like, yeah, but no character though. I went with a restored classic. Just like, yes, my man. That's exactly the kind of truck I would get. Classic restored. Yeah, like he said, the new ones don't have character. Really, anything new doesn't have character, except for Peter J. Tomasi books. They have character. This is actually only my second book by Tomasi. My first one was Super Sons #1, and I got that at complicated time in my life. And I had heard about Rebirth, but I was starting high school. I was just kind of like, yeah, I don't really have the time for that right now or the attention. So I ended up just buying the first issue of Super Sons, and then I never ended up. Then it was like, yeah, another um, for a year or two before I got back to the comic book shop, and of course now they're canceling it, which sucks. But I'm gonna try to get the last two issues, 15 and 16, and eventually I'll try to get all the previous issues and fill it all in. But yeah, that story, and really the Superman stories by Peter J. Tomasi again. I have just now kind of recently started buying comics again, and let's see, I really started buying them again. Well, end of December, beginning of January, and all of the Marvel comics were getting for their big anniversary issues, and so I really wanted to make sure I, got those story arcs that were leading up to the big anniversary issue. And so I kind of missed out on the good DC ones for a while. Excuse me. So yeah, we'll go back and try to get the trades. I also want to get Batman Endgame by Scott Snyder. That was recommended by the Real Comic Book Gamer. But yeah, definitely want to get that as well, or those as well, and read those stories by Peter J. Tomasi. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, he gets some, or yeah, he gets two of them delivered. There's one left to go, so he stops off at a motel for the night, and he can't sleep because he's indoors, so he goes out and just sleeps in the bed of his truck. Which was just like kind of a cool little scene, You can take the kid out of the cave, but not the cave out of the kid. And yeah, then he falls asleep. So that was just a great story by, again, Peter J. Tomasi, Patrick Gleason, and I guess the story ends right here, not over there. Yeah, so this was this was like kind of I don't know, not emotional, but tugged at the old heartstrings a little bit. Lois says, "You forgot to shut the door, Smallville," and Clark says, "Consider it shut, Miss Lane," and closes the door. Obviously, Tomasi's saying goodbye to Superman. Now we get ready for Bendis. I really hope he does a good job. Like I said, I already pre-ordered Man of Steel, and I'm not going to back out now because I don't want to screw over my comic book shop, but dang, it better be good. So, anyway, and just like an Action Comics special, number one, there's like two more stories. Let's see, this one, Superman, like it's a lesson about mercy, and yeah, he saved some people from a burning building. This guy asked him to save his pictures, but on the way to save those, he found a dog and decided to save the dog instead, which is the right thing to do. And he gives the dog to the guy, so because he's kind of like losing his memories of his loved ones, and like those pictures were really what were helping remind him of who people were, but those like all burned up. So Superman gives him this dog and is like, well, now you can remember him. Excuse me. Like kind of use him as a memory of everybody else. And so yeah, it was a good story. I definitely, a lot better than either of the ones in Action Comics special number one, but not as great as the Tomasi story, of course. Let's see, I'm trying to see who wrote this one. Mark Russell. I don't really know who that is, but I would read more of his stuff. One thing, I don't know, this is supposed to be young Clark, and Jonathan Kent, Pa Kent teaches him a lesson about mercy. They find this dog, and I guess he's been like killing the chickens. What I did think was cool was like there was like a Christianity reference right here. John Kent is like, yeah, well, because Ken is basically just like, yeah, we need to send this dog to the pound. He's just some worthless stray, which I don't really know if Clark Kent would say that. I mean, okay, I guess I could see the Smallville, like, young version Clark Kent saying that, but it just seems a bit out of character is all I'm saying. But you know what? Hey, maybe he did. I don't know. Anyway, the cool part here is the Christian reference. John Kent says, every pair of eyes is a window into creation. And that is certainly true. It's just kind of a cool little nod to Pa Kent's faith right there. I really like that part. I kind of forgot that part was in there, but yeah. So like I said, overall a good story. I would definitely read more by Bryan Hitch. It just, yeah, after the big emotional Tomasi one, I guess this one like seemed it didn't shine as well as it should have if it had just been its own single story. You know what I'm saying? But it was a good story. Oh yeah, I also need to check this out. That Comic Awesome recommended the prelude to this, so I want to get that. I'm going to be buying a lot of comics, actually. A lot is happening right now, of course. May and June are always the busy months, and July. Like, yeah, the summer events, those are always big, so I'll have to check out this Flash War. We'll see how that is. Yeah, so I think I went over that story pretty well. Blech. Okay, you know what? Okay, I should give it time. Should read it, give it a fair go. I just, after reading Iron Man 599, I'm like not looking forward to it. But you know what? Maybe, hey, Bendis, maybe you'll surprise us all. If you do, that would be awesome, my man. That would be awesome. Speaking of, Iron Man 600 came out today too, and I'm gonna get that. And then I'll only have one more Marvel book, Amazing Spider-Man 800, and then I've gotten all the anniversary issues that I want to get. And then I'll probably just be getting Avengers, maybe Amazing Spider-Man, and then Fantastic Four when that comes out. So I'll just be sticking with 3. If Avengers, if I lose interest in that, I probably will just stop getting Marvel altogether. But that's a video for another time. This one, what happens in this one? Yeah, so Atomic Skull is basically, was a villain, now he's working for the government, so kind of like a Suicide Squad thing. He meets up with his old gang member, dude, partner in crime, and he's helping Superman out. So yeah, he's torn between helping Superman and helping his old partner. So yeah, here's the old devil and angel on the shoulder thing. Don't let me down, Officer Michaels. And then, of course, the bad memory of when Superman arrested him. Or got him arrested. So he decides to help Superman. Superman's like, bam. And he kind of finds redemption. So I was like, yep, well done. Well done, dude. Very short story right there, the last one. But overall, this was a fantastic issue. Peter J. Tomasi blew it out of the park. Bryan Hitch did a fantastic job showing kind of the more human side of Superman with the story of, the little scene of him as a kid and Pa Kent with the awesome reference to Christianity. And even the last story, even though it wasn't, you know, a very deep story, it was still great. Character feet there, sorry. Still a great character story, and very enjoyable. Um, this really makes me want to go and get all the trades of Peter J. Tomasi's run on Superman. I've heard, time and time again they are fantastic, but like I said, I've been busy with life for the last couple years while that run has been going on, and then even trying to get like the last couple issues of his run on Superman. The shekels aren't there because of Marvel's anniversary issues. So I'm gonna go back and get the trades, and then people can stop hating me for not getting Tomasi's Superman until now. But yeah, great last issue for Tomasi, and I was gonna talk about the wedding thing. Yeah, this was at my comic shop. DC sent this out. Holy crap, this has almost been a half-hour video. I'm so sorry, guys. If you've been watching this the whole time, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I'll just be getting, I already got DC Nation number 0. I'll get all the Batman ones, 48, 49, 50, and then I'll get the Prelude to the Wedding, Nightwing versus Hush, because that looks interesting. I like Nightwing, and I'm interested in Hush, so I'm signed up to get that one. The other ones, just seem kind of, I'm sure they'll be interesting, but I don't need to spend money on them. But yeah, like I said, I just thought this was so cool. Excuse me, for DC to send out. Save the date. You are formally invited to the wedding of Selina Kyle and Bruce Wayne, July 4th, 2018, Gotham City. Invitation to follow. So there you guys go. There you go, guys. You guys are formally invited to the wedding of Selina Kyle and Bruce Wayne. Okay, that's going to do it for this very long video. Of course, it took a while because this is an oversized issue. But, yeah, go get this. It's only $5. Definitely worth it. Fantastic story, fantastic art. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe or like the video, or subscribe to the channel and like the video. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Did I already say that? Maybe I did. I don't know. Anyway, and as always, if you get this because of me, let me know. That would be really cool. And I will see you guys in the next video. See ya. That's so weird. See ya. Bye.